Thank you for joining us. Today we sit down with Q, our estimator and service writer at our Council Bluffs, Iowa location. We're going to talk about customer experience and how our proven process builds trust and repeat customers at Central Body. Q, welcome.
Hey, what's going on?
What's up?
Nothing much.
Yeah. So you came to the studio today to talk about your career path, your role at Central Body, and what you do every day.
Yeah.
Thanks for sitting down.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Awesome. So let's start with what brought you to Central Body.
Yeah. So I was doing some labor work, and it was really exhausting. Culture wasn't very great at all. And I actually had a buddy here at the company who was able to kind of put a good word in for me, told me a little bit about the culture and the job, and I thought it was something I could do. Came in for the interview, and it felt like a perfect fit. It started last April, and learned a lot, and have loved every moment of it.
Nice. What do you do every day for Central Body?
So I'm a service writer estimator, and also do all of our customer service, so answering phone calls, customer care, taking customers through the repair plan, making sure that our estimates are written how they should be, making sure I'm on the same page with all of our techs. Like, a lot goes into it, but everything pretty much goes hand in hand. I don't feel like I'm doing a whole bunch of different things at once. It's kind of all part of a pretty structured process that we have laid out.
Nice. So it sounds like you're in your flow.
Yeah. I think took me a few months or so, but I think since I didn't have any prior experience in this field at all.
Mm-hmm.
So once I hit about 6, 7, 8 months in, and it was kind of like, okay, we're rolling.
Yeah.
Like I'm able to tell the customers beforehand probably what we're looking at, and that makes communication with them even easier throughout the process. Mm-hmm. And their trust in me that I'm going to take care of their unit and be on the same page with my techs.
Okay, so you touched on part of our proven process, which is to earn trust with the customer and to educate, right?
Yeah, very important.
So that takes a lot of communication.
Yes.
And you can't rush it.
At all.
Because if you just come right out and ask for the sale, then nobody wants to be sold.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to be a buyer, but nobody wants to be sold, right? So I'm sure you've probably had customers that have had bad experiences at other camper repair shops and stuff like that. I can think of a few, and I'm not going to name names.
Yeah.
A lot of times you got to let them kind of drain the swamp for the first 20, 30 minutes, and then they're talking about their bad experiences, right? And so walk me through what that looks like, and then how do you kind of pivot and then earn their trust and let them know that the Central Body experience is going to be different.
Yeah, that's a pretty common conversation for new customers that come in. They've had a bad experience somewhere else, and I think it's important because it'd be easier for me to be like, okay, well, that's them. We're not going to do that. Like, we know we won't, but some people live in it, or they spend a lot of money on their units. Like, they want to make sure they're getting the proper care, and I think it's let them tell me what went wrong, and now that I know enough, I can tell them why and how that will not happen here. Instead of just telling them to take my word for it, I can tell them, well, this is the process that we have. This is actually more than likely the reason why that happened at that shop. And it's also nice having techs around who are willing to provide information and also have conversations with customers who might have more in detail questions. Like, we want them to know exactly what is going on in the repair process so they can feel comfortable that their unit is getting exactly what it needs, nothing more, nothing less.
Yeah.
So I think letting them, validating the fact that yes, that was wrong, and then actually giving them the reason why we are going to do it right and how we are going to do it. And then obviously when the work is done, they're going to see that, and that's why we get so many repeat customers, because we do the job right.
Awesome. So it sounds like during the process of you learning the job, you had to level up in many areas, right?
Oh, yeah.
Didn't have a ton of experience with campers, and you mentioned the technicians with a lot of that knowledge. So
Huge.
Tell me about that journey. Tell me about your team and the support that you have there.
Yeah, so I definitely wouldn't be where I'm at right now without the help of the techs. I use them. Even to this day, I know I'm pretty confident in my ability to go through a repair process and get it right. but I'm never too proud to ask for help, especially I know what keeps our shop going, the people who do all of the work. So no matter what I think, I could be 100% sure I'm going to ask my guys. And what I've really appreciated about them is knowing I didn't have the experience to do it myself. They don't expect me to either. Like they've never made me feel dumb or feel bad about asking them the questions, because we're on the same page of, you want the job to be written correct so you can do it the right way, because you don't want not enough time on something and be trying to rush it and then it's not done. Everyone has the same goal of do it the right way and make the customer happy. And I think that's a huge part of the job. I think when the customer shows up and they love the work and everything is great, not only is the tech able to be really proud of that, but that's the best interaction to have customer wise.
Yeah.
Because you can realize you've earned that trust, especially like you were saying before, when they had a bad previous experience. Like that's probably my favorite part of the job, is when it's actually done. You know you've done everything that you can to service the customer, and they're appreciative of that.
Yeah.
We actually just had a customer earlier today come in, and he was like, hey, he came in for something completely separate, but he was like, hey, months ago you fixed that shower for us. He was like, that was huge for our family. Like, it's really made a huge difference. We took it to 2 other spots and to the manufacturer, and they couldn't get it right, and just been through a lot with it, but we took it out. And I have, not going to get into it, was all personal information. It was like XYZ amount of kids, and it's like they take long showers, and that was like a game changer for us. We didn't have to sacrifice how we were utilizing it. So, and that was a great conversation to have. Like,
yeah,
because it's
making your dreams come true, right?
It's just something you're doing every day, and it's like you actually made an impact on this person.
Yeah. So that's really cool. I used to call it warm fuzzies when I had a customer come and give me that feedback. You know, you kind of feel it back here in your neck. So that's part of the job that I actually miss a lot is, you know, once you nailed it and you delivered, that's part of our proven process too, is that, you know, we build trust, right? We educate, we walk down the repair order with that transparency. This is what we're going to do. You know, we're going to have you sign off on this many hours of diagnosis. Then we're going to call you. We're going to send you a picture of what the damage was, or, you know, maybe it's a burnt wire or whatever. And you rely on the technicians as well to give you that information.
Yes.
So it sounds like there's a lot of teamwork going on, a lot of communication going on. And then once you get the customer in, walk through that final bill with them as well, right? And then make sure that they leave happy, that we didn't leave a bunch of trash inside their camper.
Of course.
And we leave it cleaner than what we found it. And then we send them down the road on that journey, right?
Yep.
Having hot showers at the campground.
Heck yeah.
Awesome. So let's talk. You talked about the good. I've been in the hot seat of writing the estimates and being the service writer. Can you share with us an experience where you had a customer that was, you know, on a scale of 1 to 10 and 11, and you had to like let them drain that swamp and then try to get the customer calmed down, let them know that you're going to take care of them?
Trying to think of one that was really angry coming in, and then we were able to satisfy them afterwards. Probably a recent aluminum roof that we had. There was an older gentleman, and he had taken it somewhere else and still just had so many issues with it. And had certain plans already had to cancel, and didn't want to have to. He had to cancel some previous plans, and then had some doctor stuff come up where he was already losing some time on the front end, didn't want to lose time on the back end. And in this instance, he didn't really have a choice but to kind of like put it in our hands. But I was a really long conversation of, hey, we can do this for you. We can get it knocked out. It's something that we've done. Not an easy job, the aluminum roof replacement, but it's something that we have done. And we were able to work through him on the repair process of, okay, we can have the roof. You don't need XYZ. We can have you come back for that, have you go on your trip, and everything is cool, and you can come back and we can knock out everything else that you might need. But I think that's what we offer to a lot of people that is missing at a lot of other places, is the turnaround time and the flexibility and actually getting stuff in, getting it out, being able to come back. Like, you don't have to book with us 4 months out.
Yeah.
You don't have to wait 3 weeks for us to start repairs on your vehicle once you drop it off.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of stories like that. It's hard to think of one specifically, other than that was the most recent that we've had.
Yeah, no, that's great. I think, what I was listening for there, and I think what people watching this, maybe can pull the value out for themselves, is that one of the things that I hear is that you're very high on the empathy side. Mm-hmm. You're listening to what is the customer's issues, right? What are their pain points, and can we solve that? Because we also have a process where we qualify the customers, right? Because we don't just take anybody. And so I've been in that seat, and we created a one-page sheet of qualifying the customer, because we can't make everybody happy. Right. And we know that a lot of the times on that qualifying process, we set ourselves up for success or failure. Right. Because if we take in the wrong client, there's nothing we're going to be able to do to make them happy.
Yeah, then nobody's happy.
Yeah, 100%. So I think that's really cool that you have that component on the customer experience side where you listen and then know what we can do and what we can't do, and then communicate that to them. So,
right.
Yeah. Talk to me a little bit about your support with management, both at your store level and then the business as a whole.
Support as in support I receive, or support that my role in supporting management?
I was going to say how leadership supports you.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So basically, kind of like I was talking about with the text, my manager, Eric, he's very, very knowledgeable in RVs in general. He used to be a tech, used to work on them. So in my area, I'm more tech savvy and run through the system and do all of that stuff. But if there's anything with parts or what a repair looks like, I know I can turn to him, and he'll know where to find stuff, how much it's probably going to be, how long it's more than likely going to take, and that speeds up the process for us a lot. He's really, really knowledgeable, especially his specialty is roofs. Like if you ask him anything about a roof, and he's Johnny on the spot with it. So I think just knowing I have someone to turn to that'll have the answers that I need is where he helps me out the most. And then it's I think it goes both ways. Like anything he needs, like especially in the system, if I need to clean some stuff up for him or do more of like the customer side stuff and let him do more stuff with the files, it's constant teamwork.
Absolutely. So let's pivot just a little bit to culture and some of the things that maybe you've experienced at Central Body with some of the flexibility, because you have a little bit of a unique situation when it comes to your schedule.
Yes, yep. So I'm also in the Iowa Army National Guard.
Yeah.
So I got to miss some time once a month, and sometimes in the summer, multiple weeks at a time. And it's never been an issue at all. I've had other jobs where it was an issue where they didn't appreciate the fact that I would have to miss a certain amount of time, but even though I have to miss a Thursday and Friday, it's easy for me to let you guys know in advance, and it's never been any type of issue, and the work doesn't follow me, so it's not like I have to take it with me and still do stuff there. Like I can do a lot of prep, and before I leave, put notes in everything, notify customers that I'm going to be gone and that they'll be dealing with Eric. And so there's never been a case where I left and then all of a sudden all the files that was in my name are just on halt, or the customer doesn't know what's going on. So it's been really, really smooth, and not only a lot of less stress for me worrying about the environment when I come back, but also being able to get that time off. It's never been any type of issue.
Great. That's great to hear. So we do have, I have a final question. If you could switch jobs with anybody in the company for a day, who would that be and why?
I would probably have to say a painter, like a painter apprentice though, because obviously I can't paint.
Yeah. But
I think it would be really cool to be there step by step in the painting process. I've kind of watched them doing like some fiberglass work and repair before the paint. That stuff doesn't look as fun, but the paint, the actual paint work, actually spraying the paint, color matching, I think I would really enjoy that side of things. And I like seeing what it looks like before, like taking a before photo, and then actually doing the paint and seeing it afterwards. Because I like doing that already, and I'm not the one doing it. But I bet that's really cool for those guys. And I know they're really proud when the customer comes in and tells them it looks great. Yeah. Because they put time into that, and so I think that'd probably be what I'd have to do. Yeah. Do painting for a day.
You got me thinking back to my painting days. So it's a lot more difficult now, you know, as running the business, that I used to be able to stand back and see that final product and see the customer light up when they pull up to it and see it looking better than it did before they wrecked it. So it is very satisfying. So I appreciate you. Thanks for taking the time to sit down and talk about your position with the company. What are you most excited about with Central Body moving forward, or any personal goals that you might have?
For Central Body, I'm just looking forward to just keeping a consistent workflow coming through, keep earning more repeat customers. I think those are probably the interactions I enjoy the most, when a customer that comes in and remember each other and kind of like we knew them way back when, and they feel safe about leaving their unit with us. Yeah. That makes life a lot easier. And personal goals, I'd really enjoy. I got some siblings that live kind of far away, and I like going out and like having time. That's why I appreciate the flexibility of the job, because I get to go out there and still build that relationship with them. I don't feel so far away. Yeah. So they're in their teenage years, and being there is important. So I appreciate the fact I'm able to go do that. I'm able to be in the Guard and pursue that career. So
nice. Yep. Who lives the furthest away?
So my little brother Jorgen and my little sister, they live in Audubon, Iowa. So a little over an hour away. And then I got some family in Ankeny. That's closer to about 2 hours. But I get to go out there pretty normally. Nice. I fit it in my schedule. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, very cool. Awesome. Well, thank you for joining us, and we appreciate you having the time to sit and talk with us, and we appreciate you being on the team.
Yes, sir. My pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us here today. If you have any questions, please contact us online at centralbody.com and look up the links in the descriptions.